Whatever definitions I have taken, everything as per the definition as per GST Act of 2017. Government want to impose tax on this thing, and because the council have all the rights to take any decisions. The date will be notified by the government when the GST will apply for these things also. So whatever council says, that government will agree. Everybody are not taxable. Any agriculture product, what will do? It is exempted. A warm welcome to one and all. This is your Adarsh sir here, lecturing Vidyashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. And now we are in the third session of your topic called the Integrated Goods and Service Tax Act. Now, almost we are end of this topic. As I told you, in IGST, all the practical things we have already completed in Unit 3. In Unit 4, even though there are problems are there, we already completed and will concentrate only on theory topics. Now we are discussing only theory topics in this following things. Now, so what is the theory topic we are going to cover in today's session? Easiest one, and we have few things like definitions we have, and what is the territorial water, everything we will discuss in today's session, and how to give exemption, what are the authorities we have, everything we will discuss under IGST. Your agenda is very simple. We have concept, along with concept we will understand the meaning also. First one, appointment of officers. Whatever definitions I have taken, everything as per the definition as per GST Act of 2017. We cannot modify, we cannot simplify also. So exactly I have taken, wherever I needed, I made it as point wise, so that it will be easy to understand as well as remember. Now, appointment of officers, like under IGST, who will appoint officers? Now, the board may appoint such central tax officers as it thinks fit for exercising the powers under this act. So the board may appoint. Who may appoint the officers? Remember, the board may appoint officers. Remember this. Now, levy and collection. Levy and collection. Now, first one, under levy and collection, we have almost 3 to 4 points now. We'll discuss one by one. Before I go for explanation, I'll read out once. Later, I'll go for explanation. Now, subject to the provision of subsection 2, there shall be levied a tax called Integrated Goods and Service Tax. What kind of tax they will charge? IGST. Now, on all interstate supplies. What is interstate supply? One state to another state. Karnataka to Tamil Nadu, Karnataka to Goa. One state to another state, we levy what kind of tax? IGST. Now, of goods or services are both, except on the supply of alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Say, for alcoholic liquor which are used for human consumption, we don't charge any tax for that. Why? Separate excise duty or separate tax is there for alcoholic as well as fuel, petrol. For these things, we don't charge GST. Now, on the value determined under section 15 of the Central Goods and Service Tax Act, and at such rate not exceeding 40% as may be notified by the government. See, any tax you find in the GST, nothing will exceed 40%. It should not exceed 40% of the value. Now, remember, not exceeding 40% as may be notified by the government on the recommendation of the council and collected in the such manner as may be prescribed and shall be paid by the taxable person. Now, so everything, whatever tax rate are fixed, everything for the benefit of the person who are paying tax. That's why it will not exceed 40% of the value. Now, so these are the information we have. Levy and collection, point number 1. If they ask you explain levy and collection as per IGST, these are the things you are supposed to explain. Now, the second point, the integrated tax on the supply of petroleum, crude, high-speed diesel, motor spirit, commonly known as petrol, natural gas and aviation turbine fuel shall be levied with effect from such date as may be notified by the government on the recommendation of the council. See, right now we give exemption, not exemption, which like these are the things like petroleum, crude oil, speed diesel, petrol, or any oil like this, aviation turbine fuel. These things will not come under the GST Act. These are charged separately. These are have separate kind of taxes. But government want to impose tax on this thing, and the date will be notified by the government when the GST will apply for these things also. Recommendation of the council, it will be implemented. Next, levy and collection, point number 3. The government may, on the recommendation of the council, see, government may, on the recommendation, for GST we have separate council, so whatever council says, that government will agree, because the council have all the rights to take any decisions. Now, by notification, specify categories of supply of goods or services, both the tax on which shall be paid on a reverse charge basis, RCM. Hope you remember, any unregistered dealer, if you purchase, we have to go for RCM. Now, recipient of such goods or services are both, and all the provisions of this act shall apply to such recipient as if he is the person liable for paying the tax in relation to the supply of such goods or services, or both. Hope you are clear. Yes. We'll go for the next. Almost we're done with third point, and now we are in the fourth point. The government may, on the recommendation of the council, again same thing, a recommendation of council, specify class of registered person who shall, in respect of supply of specified category of goods or services, are both received from unregistered supplier, pay the tax on reverse charge basis. Everybody cannot come under RCM. Only the few people, they come under the slab of RCM. The recipient of such supply of goods or services are both, and all the provisions of this act shall apply to such recipient as if he is a person liable for paying the tax in relation to such supply of goods or services. So, the council has to recommend, the council has to notify that few, these are the people, these are the members can go for RCM. If they approve, then the following people can come under RCM slab. Your last point on levy and collection. Total we have 5 points. Now, the government may, on the recommendation, say for every point you have to mention that the government may, on the recommendation of council, by notification. Now, specify categories of services, the tax on interstate supplies of which shall be paid by the electronic commerce operator if such services are supplied through it, and all the provisions of this act shall apply to such electronic commerce operator as if he is the supplier liable for paying the tax in relation to the supply of such service. What is electronic? Like we have Amazon, we have anything like your any online services. So if you want to buy anything, Myntra, so all this what online shopping services. Just by sitting at your home only, you can book anything. So whether they comes under GST Act, yes. So for them we have a separate rules and regulation. They have to come under those things. For them we call it as electronic commerce operator. Those are online shoppings are there, no, all comes under electronic commerce operator. Hope you are clear. Yes. So these things we have to understand. So these are the 5 things which comes under levy and collection of tax. So At the end, I'll give you time to take screenshot. Right now, we'll continue with the next topic. Power to grant exemption from tax. See, everybody are not taxable. Any agriculture product, what will do? It is exempted. The few things comes under special economic zone, they are non-taxable. And few things comes under zero rated. And any khadi items comes under exemption. Few things are there, we have exemption for that. Any branch transfers are there, we give exemption. Or anything which is for job work, that is exemption. So these are the exemptions we have. It is not exemption actually, the job work and all. Job work, it is not actually supply. That's why we don't call it as taxable service. Now, who will give exemption and power to grant exemption from tax? Who can give exemption and how the exemption will be granted? We'll understand better. Now, where the government is satisfied that it is necessary in the public interest so to do, it may on the recommendation of the council. See, everywhere you have to mention that recommendation of council by notification. Now, by notification, exempt generally either absolutely or subject to such conditions. Who will grant exemption? Government. How they will grant? By concerning with the council with their by their notification. They will approve the exemption. Everywhere it is not 100% exemption. Depends upon condition. Depends upon the goods. They will go for like generally, absolutely, or subject to that condition, they will go for exemption. Now, may be specified therein, goods or services are both of any specified description from the whole or any part of the tax leviable thereon with effect from such date as may be specified in such notification. And exemption we cannot give all lifetime. Exemption will be mentioned that the exemption from so and so date. Any transaction happened from this date, you will get exemption. Any transaction happened after these days, you will get exemption. The dates are specified in the notification. Whatever notification says, whatever government approves the council's notification, that only implemented. Clear? Yeah. This is your first point about exemption. The second point, where the government is satisfied that it is necessary in the public interest to do so, a recommendation of the council by specific order, each case under circumstances, exceptions, nature to be stated in such order, exempt from payment of tax any goods or services are both which tax is leviable. Again the same point will be repeated, little changes are there. Any goods or services, if council says that with by notification, then they will go for exemption. And then the government may, if it is considered necessary or expedient so to do for the purpose of clarifying the scope or applicability of any notification issued under subsection. So there are two things are there. One, are order issued under subsection, insert an explanation. So we have explanation for this. In such notification or order as the case may be by notification at any time within 1 year of issue of the notification. Whenever the notification issued, from that within 1 year, remember within 1 year. Under subsection or order under subsection 2, and every such explanation shall have effect as if it is had always been the part of the first such notification or order as the case may be. Hope you are clear. Yes, so this is all about your power to grant exemption. Hope you are clear. Yes, these are the power to grant exemption. So there must be specific notification given by the council. It should be approved by whom? Government. It is always not 100% exemption. It is depends on the condition they will grant exemption. And exemption whatever they have provided, it is depends on notification from when it is effective. Along with that, once it is approved, within 1 year it has to be taken place. Hope you are clear. Yes. We'll go for the last topic of this IGST. Now, supplies in territorial water. Now, notwithstanding anything contained in the act, there are only 2 points are there. One, where the location of the supplier is in the territorial water, the location of such supplier are. If the location of the supplier is in the place of territorial water, that place is called as your territorial water for supply. Then, where the place of supply is the territorial water, the place of supply shall for the purpose of this act be deemed to be in the coastal state or union territory where the nearest point of the appropriate baseline is located. Now, in case the supply itself in the territorial water, then what we'll consider? We will not consider territorial water is a place of supply. We consider the nearest coastal state, one, or nearest union territory, whichever is nearest, that will be your place of supply. Hope you are clear. If the supplier resides in the territorial water, the territorial water itself place of supply. If supplier is outside but supply happened in the territorial water, then the nearest coastal state or union territory, whichever is nearest, that will be considered as place of supply. Hope you are clear. For all these slides, please take screenshot. Never get confusion. Yes, this is the first one. Appointment of officer. The second one, levy and collection in this point 1. Levy and collection point 2. Levy and collection point 3. Levy and collection point 4. Levy and collection point 5. And we have power to grant exemption. It is point 1. Power to grant exemption point 2. Power to grant exemption point 3. And we have supplies in territorial water. We have only 2 points as I explained you. One is the place of supplier, means territorial water, or whichever is nearest, coastal state or territorial union territory. So this is all about your today's session. Hope you understood well about today's topic. This is very important for your examination purpose. Only theory part you are supposed to learn, and one by one in a order try to remember. Thank you.